Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm Jane and my husband Mike does everything behind the camera. We're British early retirees, we've got no debt, we've paid off the mortgage and we live a thrifty, frugal and money-saving life in Brittany in northwest France. And every Sunday we share with you an aspect of our frugal private life. And this Sunday is part 2 of our trip to the south of France. And if you want to know exactly what you spent and how much it cost, wait until the end, and on the end screen we will put a card up with all our costs. Anyway, in part 2 we take you to the beautiful historic towns of Limoux, Carcasson and Perpignan. We really hope you enjoy the trip with us. Let's get going. Let's start off in beautiful Limoux. We spent a lovely morning wandering around Limoux because it was one of the places on our lists that might have been a maybe place for us to live in. So we wandered around the squares and the streets and really loved it. It is beautiful. It's like, if you imagine what a southern French town would look like, Limoux, that's it. It's absolutely perfect. It's a small town and it feels livable, it's walkable, it felt sociable. It was quite early when we're there, and that's why nobody's in the bars and cafes. At lunchtime, this place really comes alive. It's a very stylish little town, and we found afterwards it's quite an expensive place if we ever wanted to have lived there, and the taxes were really quite high as well. Anyway, it's a beautiful southern French town, as you can see here, on the river Aude, and it has flooded in the past, and we're going to show you that we were a long way above the river, and as we looked above us you can see how high that river went in 2020, and that's not as high as it went in its historically highest floods, which was in 1891. Anyway, it was a beautiful day. It looks really sunny, doesn't it? But I tell you, it was chilly and cold because the Tramontane wind was blowing that day. We had a really good walkabout. We loved it. It was such a beautiful place. And I know many of you have commented on the fact that you live near here and you really enjoy living here. And I don't blame you one bit. What a beautiful place. It's where we will probably do all of our shopping in the future, if we live maybe near Limoux in the future.
Is this the grooviest garage we've been in?
It's a jazz garage.
This is the first underground garage we've done in France, and it was...
And also, in comparison to the UK, the parking fee was €9.60 all day in the middle of a big city. We think that's cheap, don't we?
We're very impressed.
So we popped up from our subterranean car park and walked into absolutely beautiful and stunning Perpignan. Perpignan is the last French city before Spain. So we got a really good look around at a bargain sum of €10 each and caught the little tourist train. And off we went on our merry way through Perpignan. People in front of us were Spanish, the people in front of them were Dutch, the people in front of them were German. So there we were, the United Nations, on the little tourist train, having a really lovely time with Mr. and Mrs. English sat at the back. And off we went, and through these tiny little streets. I tell you what, you have got to be a jolly good driver to drive this little tourist train. It's absolutely, well, Perpignan, just take a look at that. The flags that you see there are the Catalan flags. And, you know, it was a major place in its Catalan history. The tree-lined streets. Oh my God, if there was any city that I've thought so far I could live there, it is Perpignan. It's absolutely gorgeous. Tons of history all over the place. This is not a history tour. You can look that up yourselves. It's just wonderful. We are going to go back and back and back to Perpignan. We loved the Jewish quarter, the Gypsy quarter, all of it. utterly charmed us. Lots of it was barracks belonging to the French Foreign Legion. They're based there as well. This beautiful canal that runs right through the centre of Perpignan. There's no way of getting down there. We thought we'd go and find a seat and sit down there. So luckily, Salvador Dali, he got a seat, but we didn't find one anywhere. If you can see a seat, if you can find anywhere to sit in Perpignan, you're a lucky person. I bet they all just sprawl on the floor. Anyway, so let's have a little bit of a wave there with Salvador Dali a moment, and back to the little train. And off we went. I did feel sorry for the poor little chap down there, sat in his mum's arms. With these great big Dutch children, he looked about 8 years old in height, but poor little chap, he must have been any more than 3. He just wanted to curl up when mummy and go to sleep. By the way, you're not allowed to swim in that fountain. It made me absolutely scream with laughter. There's about 3 inches of water in there. I don't quite know who's swimming in it. So there we go. It was a fantastic day. I really, really recommend that little tourist train, and you get a really good look around. We had lunch in that little cafe just there. It was adorable. So there we go. Beautiful sunny day. Fantastic place. Beautiful, beautiful city of Perpignan. And a lovely shot of you all coming up of gorgeous Mr. Thrifty himself, my lovely, lovely Michael. There he is, having a rare moment of peace and quiet. So Perpignan will be back. We absolutely loved it. The final thing that we're going to share with you, and I think was the highlight of our trip, was to visit the medieval city of Carcassonne. So it's kind of a city within a city. You have the modern city of Carcasson and then the medieval city of Carcassonne in there. Again, I'm not going to talk to you about the history. You can look that up. I am no historian, but this place is absolutely fascinating. As I said previously, it is the most castle-y castle I've ever been to, and I've been to a few castles. So when you go into Carcassonne, you can walk around the old walled city for free, but you can then go into the castle, which is within the walled city, and you pay to get into that. It was very, very worth going in there. You got to see the castle, you got to see the medieval artifacts. There was a fantastic museum in there. It was absolutely worth it, and it was such fun. So we're actually in the castle at this point, and then we took the staircase all the way up to walk all the way around the ramparts. And if you walk all the way around the ramparts and take a nice slow walk, it's about an hour's walk, and it's a lot of steps, and some people were coping with it better than others, but the views from every window were absolutely stunning. The artifacts, for example, these are gravestones in there. There were parts of previous churches from there, were really, really amazing. And I loved, and it's just coming up here now, this is a communal sort of hand washing station. So it was a fountain where I think it was part of a refectory where people would wash their hands before they went in to eat. And I really love this. Yeah, there she is, Mrs. Thrifty herself, pretending to wash her hands. So let's go off and have a quick walk around the ramparts, and then we'll take you for lunch with us. And we actually ate in the old medieval city itself, which I wouldn't advise. It is a bit touristy, but we had a go at it. Sometimes you've got to just have a go at these things, haven't you? And we went and found a small restaurant that did, I think, 2 courses for $13.95. And we had, I think it was 3 courses for about, that's going to look like a little salad to start with, and then we had cassoulet, and then we had a crepe with an ice cream to follow that. And it was a superb little restaurant, and you can see us eating in a minute, and we were serenaded by a guy who was busking actually in the courtyard of the restaurant that we ate in. It's like a chunky soup, like it's lovely.
Chunky soup.
If I have it again anyway, I'm going to order it with duck as well.
Oh, extra legs.
Well, thank you for joining us, one of 3 of the locations that we've shared with you of our trip to the south of France. Thank you so much, everyone. We hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, hit the like button. Pause the next screen and you can see how much our holiday cost us and how we did it in as thrifty a way as we possibly could. We'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.
Carcasson. Big castle. Is this the grooviest garage we've been in?
It's a jazz garage.
This is